What if you could rewind the grand cosmic clock to erase a single tragedy from the dark pages of our ancient history? Now, welcome to History Now Studios. While we study real past events, today we explore a deep and original fantasy universe. Meet Elarion, the last living Chronomancer, a master of time who sought to rewrite the brutal destiny of an old empire. His world was crumbling into ash. The great Empress had been assassinated, plunging the vast realm into endless dark war. Elarion spent decades studying forbidden cosmic magic, building an astrolabe capable of bending the very fabric of time. He activated the glowing golden rings, stepping backward through the cosmic river to the exact night the Empress had died. He arrived in the royal palace shadows, waiting for the dark assassin to strike with his poisoned steel blade of sorrow. With a flash of bright temporal magic, Elarion stopped the blade mid-air, saving the beloved ruler from absolute death. He believed he had saved the empire, changing the dark timeline to create a beautiful future of perfect peace and light. But when he traveled forward to his own present, he found a world that was infinitely worse than the one he left behind. The Empress had survived, but her absolute paranoia turned her into a ruthless tyrant who executed thousands of citizens. The Chronomancer realized a terrifying truth about the universe. Time is a violent river that fiercely resists all change. Desperate to fix his massive mistake, Elarion reversed the glowing clock once again, returning to that fateful dark eve. This time, he allowed the assassin to strike, but healed the Empress immediately after the killer vanished into the fog. He returned to the future, hoping for a balanced reality, only to find the empire completely destroyed by a deadly plague. In the original timeline, the grieving king had quarantined the city, stopping the horrific disease from spreading afar. Without the tragic assassination, the Great Plague spread across the entire continent, leaving nothing but silent ruins. Elarion was trapped in a dark, cruel paradox. Every attempt to save the broken world only created a much darker reality. The fabric of reality began to tear. Dark temporal storms raged across the sky, swallowing entire mountains into the void. He consulted the ancient glowing scrolls of the first Chronomancers, seeking an answer to the impossible cosmic puzzle. The ancient texts revealed a harsh law. The grand tapestry of fate requires dark threads to balance the brilliant gold. Removing a tragic event does not erase the pain. It simply shifts the heavy burden onto a different, unsuspecting soul. Elarion stood at the edge of the collapsing timeline, watching his beautiful reality shatter like a fragile glass mirror. He had to make the ultimate sacrifice. He turned the golden astrolabe one final time, stepping into the deep ancient past. He did not go to the night of the assassination. He traveled back to the very moment he first activated the magic rings. He found his younger self standing in the dark tower, holding the glowing device with eyes filled with desperate, wild hope. The older Elarion stepped out of the shadows, confronting his past self with the heavy, tragic burden of absolute truth. "You cannot save her," the old mage whispered softly, his voice echoing with the immense sorrow of 1,000 lifetimes. The younger mage refused to listen, drawing his magical staff to fight his future self for the chance to change destiny. A spectacular battle of time magic erupted in the tower. Spells aged the stone walls and reversed the falling heavy rain. But the older Elarion possessed the absolute wisdom of failure. He easily deflected the desperate attacks of his youth. With a heavy heart, the old mage shattered the golden astrolabe into 1,000,000 pieces, destroying the magic for all time. As the incredible temporal device broke apart, the twisted timelines collapsed, erasing the older Elarion from existence. The young mage fell to his knees in the dark, silent tower, holding the broken gears, finally understanding the warning. He accepted the dark tragedy of the Empress. He allowed the brutal history of his realm to unfold exactly as it was meant to. It was a golden age built upon a foundation of absolute sorrow, proving that peace always requires a massive, heavy toll. The Chronomancer spent his remaining days guarding the broken gears, ensuring no one would ever try to cheat fate again. This original fantasy story reflects our own human desire to change the painful mistakes we have made in our deepest past. History is a complex web of cause and effect. Even the darkest moments often lead to necessary growth and profound peace. If we erased our grand historical tragedies, we might accidentally erase the very heroes who rose up to fight the darkness. At History Now Studios, we use the immense power of original fantasy to explore the deep philosophical questions of life. Mythology allows us to understand the heavy weight of destiny and the absolute importance of accepting our flawed history. Next time you wish to change the distant past, remember the Chronomancer who bravely chose to protect the painful truth. Embrace the journey of reality. Every single triumph and every dark tragedy has perfectly shaped the world we live in now. Thank you for traveling through time with us today. Subscribe for more epic myths and the grandest tales of human history.